Now, if all you're fighting in your soybean field is easy to kill broadleaves, that's no big deal. There's a bunch of herbicides that'll do you a job and a half. But if you're tangling with that nasty breed of cocklebur, morning glory, or Jimson weed, you're gonna need a herbicide that'll hang in there and scrap. Like Dianap, cause it's extra strong, gives you the kill you need when things go wrong, and deep-seated broadleaves got you backed up to the wall. What I'm trying to say is if you give a hoot, you gotta come on strong. You can't pussyfoot, you gotta hit 'em with something that'll really knock 'em dead. So planting, cracking, or over the top, it's broadleaf control that just won't stop. Helps you harvest better crops off every acre you farm. Talk to your dealer today about extra strength Dianap soybean herbicide. It's the best answer yet for cocklebur, Jimson weed, and morning glory. Dependable control at a price you can afford. That's Dianap from Uniroyal Chemical.
If that soybean field that looks so great is now crawling with weeds, it popped up late. Use the double-action chemical with a low-cost rate and come on strong with Dianap. It's EPA cleared for use over the top. Deadly on broadleafs, but not on your crop. Best post-emerge buy no matter where you shop. Just come on strong with Dianap. Bean growers, you can apply Dianap over the top by either ground or aerial equipment anytime after second trifoliate till beans reach 20 inches in height. But remember, the earlier you apply it, the better control you'll get. Coming in early also eliminates broadleaf competition before it can seriously affect your yields. So if you're out eyeballing your soybean fields and spot burrs or morning glories eating up your yields, use the broadleaf chemical. That's your best deal. Go over the top with Dianap. That's Dianap soybean herbicide from Uniroyal. It's dependable, it's tough, and it's cheap. Cocklebur, morning glory, or Jimson weed. Now those are bean growing problems you sure don't need, but here's a way you can stop them with safety and speed. Go over the top with Dianap. A trip through the field and a tough job's done. Kills late emerging broadleaves like a son of a gun. It's a heap of control, but don't cost a ton. So come on strong with Dianap. Soybean growers, you know it only takes 2 cocklebur plants per 10 row feet to slash your bean yields as much as 26%. But now you can apply Dianap over the top anytime from second trifoliate till your soybeans are 20 inches high. So when Jimson, morning glory, or cocklebur make the odds of big yields look mighty poor, choose the broadleaf chemical that's fast and sure. Go over the top with Dianap. Ask for Dianap soybean herbicide from Uniroyal. It's the broadleaf chemical you've been looking for.
To keep farming profitable.
Now, if all you're fighting in your soybean field is easy to kill broadleaves, that's no big deal. There's a bunch of herbicides that'll do you a job and a half. But if you're tangling with that nasty breed of cocklebur, morning glory, or Jimson weed, you're gonna need a herbicide that'll hang in there and scrap. Like Dianap, cause it's extra strong, gives you the kill you need when things go wrong, and deep-seated broadleaves got you backed up to the wall. What I'm trying to say is if you give a hoot, you gotta come on strong. You can't pussyfoot, you gotta hit 'em with something that'll really knock 'em dead. So planting, cracking, or over the top, it's broadleaf control that just won't stop. Helps you harvest better crops off every acre you farm. Talk to your dealer today about extra strength Dianap soybean herbicide. It's the best answer yet for cocklebur, Jimson weed, and morning glory. Dependable control at a price you can afford. That's Dianap from Uniroyal Chemical.
Union Carbide, Early Post Rescue, UCA
What you're growing this year clean fields or weedy fields. How you know you're gonna stop tough weeds from cutting yields? Well, any way you plant 'em, you'll keep your crops from harm. With Ambend, it's the way you farm.
Maybe this is the year you barely had enough time to get your soybeans planted and no time to get a herbicide down. Well, you've still got a chance to protect your beans before weeds take over. Spray early post-rescue with Ambend herbicide. Just broadcast Ambend herbicide over young beans up to the second trifoliate leaf stage. Be sure to follow with a rotary hoe to knock out early weeds and incorporate Ambend. So if your beans are up and your herbicide isn't down, give your crop a fighting chance. Spray early post-rescue with Ambend herbicide.
Well, any way you plant 'em, you'll keep your crops from harm. With Ambend, it's the way you farm.
Summer is the time for corn farmers to start looking for trouble. They start comparing fields to see if they find tough weeds that aren't controlled by the ordinary herbicides. If they've used Eradication herbicide, they won't find weed problems coming through the protection it provides. Eradication was developed for the toughest weeds in corn, weeds that cause you trouble. Follow label directions carefully. Check cornfields now so you can see just how much tougher Eradication is than the toughest weeds.
With the snow blowing, corn growers are planning their spring planting. And in this preparation for spring, right now is a great time to get your Diphenate corn rootworm insecticide. You will have it on hand when the busy season comes with a rush. You can't buy a better corn rootworm insecticide than Diphenate. It works for sure with no rootworm resistance. And concentrated Diphenate 20G saves time because each hopperful goes further without a refill. As for price, Diphenate is a great buy. Diphenate saves you $1 to $1.50 per acre on corn rootworm control compared to the other two leading insecticides. Your dealer has Diphenate now, and you can get it now. Get ready for spring planting. Get Diphenate, a top-rated corn rootworm control. Always follow label directions carefully. Diphenate, Stauffer makes it. It's been a tough winter, but spring will roll around for sure. And whether spring comes early or late, it always brings a rush to get corn planted. So right now is a good time to get your corn planting needs, including Diphenate insecticide for rootworm control. Why Diphenate? Well, for one thing, why pay more when Diphenate saves you $1 to $1.50 per acre on corn rootworm control compared to the other leading products? And Diphenate works on rootworms for sure, with no resistance ever shown. When you get Diphenate 20G, you get the most concentrated granular for rootworm, so you save time not filling the hoppers so often. You can't buy a better rootworm control, so get ready for corn planting with Diphenate. Always follow label directions carefully. Spring will come with a rush, so be prepared. Buy Diphenate now. Your Stauffer supplier has it. Diphenate, Stauffer makes it.
Pick up $1 more profit per hog. Wayne Weightlifter.
$1 saved with new Wayne Weightlifter is $1 more profit per hog marketed. Conventional feeds formulate crude protein to meet the lysine requirement. But this method wastes over 50% of some of the other essential amino acids.
Wayne Weightlifter.
Weightlifter concentrate is different. It balances all 10 essential amino acids to meet your hog's specific needs and provides equal or superior growth rate and feed efficiency. Weightlifter costs less because you don't pay for unnecessary nutrients.
Wayne Weightlifter.
Weightlifter Grower Finisher cuts feed costs up to $1 or more per hog, and that's more profit. That's why we call Wayne Weightlifter Hog Feed the cost-efficient supplement. See your Wayne feed dealer now.
CM4374M. Now, who says that Sencore is the standard for broadleaf weed control in soybeans? A bunch of the finest farmers in this country say so. I'm Jimmy Dean, and I'm here to tell you that farmers from all over are tickled to death with the way Sencore is handling their broadleaf weeds. Like Bob Claiborne from Newburgh, Indiana.
We drilled beans solid with Sencore and Treflan, and there was no problem at all. I would say that Sencore gets about 85% of the cuckleburrs. It's the easiest product there is to mix. Sencore has made us money every year.
Tom Wilson from Dola, Ohio, tells it like this.
Well, I think Sencore has a broader spectrum, really, on broadleaf weeds, and it probably, in my experience, has lasted a little longer on the farm and gives me a little longer control.
Everywhere, more and more farmers are talking about the great job that Sencore herbicide does. And that bunch of guys, with the help of Sencore, are growing more and better food for all of us every year.
When it's down to Banville herbicide or 2,4-D for post-emergence weed control in corn, which are you using? Banville from Velsicol controls clover, lamb's quarter, mustard, pepperweed, pigweed, poorgeo, spurge, ragweed, Spanish nettle, sunflower, velvet leaf, water hemp, and so does 2,4-D. But Banville also controls Canada thistle, cockleburr, morning glory, and smartweed. 2,4-D may not. So when it's down to Banville or 2,4-D, which are you using?
Before using any pesticide, read the label.
In business, it's called profit, but in growing corn, it's yield. And Landmark is the name for growing your Ohio fields. Landmark's the 200 bushel hybrid. Landmark's the 200 bushel hybrid. Landmark means a better yield. It's time to book your Landmark hybrids for next spring. Time to take a good look at Landmark's Big Four for 77. Their strong point is yield. 8 yields last year, more than 200 bushels. Dozens more from 150 to 200. Yield is the bottom line that shows if you just covered costs or put money in the bank. Landmark hybrids will put money in the bank for you. Call your Landmark dealer now. Book your Landmark 200 bushel hybrids for spring 77. Landmark means a better yield. Landmark means a better yield. In business, it's called profit, but in growing corn, it's yield. And Landmark is the name for growing your Ohio fields. Landmark's the 200 bushel hybrid. Landmark's the 200 bushel hybrid. Landmark means a better yield. In an accountant statement, the bottom line is profit or loss. In growing corn, the bottom line is yield. And yield is the strong point of Landmark hybrids. Ohio bred and grown for Ohio climate and soils. That's why they do better in Ohio year after year. It's time now to book your hybrids for spring 1977. Call Landmark now for your best assurance of getting the Landmark hybrids you want for next spring. Do it today. Landmark means a better yield. Landmark means a better yield.
As a Scotsman, I know value when I see it. Hello, I'm Jackie Stewart for Wheelhorse. Believe me, the quality and engineering that go into a Wheelhorse lawn and garden tractor make it an excellent investment. Right now, your Wheelhorse dealer is making it easier than ever to own a new Wheelhorse. He's really wheeling and dealing.
Wheelhorse wheelin' and dealin' means top dollar on trades. Your Wheelhorse dealer probably wants your old worn-out tractor worse than you do. You know it'll never be worth more than it is right now. Come see what he can offer you for a trade on a new Wheelhorse. You'll be surprised and pleased at how easy it is to jump on a horse. A Wheelhorse, of course.
These are a few of the reasons why now more than ever, a Wheelhorse is an excellent value. That's something a Scotsman can appreciate. And so can you. See your Wheelhorse dealer today.
TSC Institutional Tractor.
Moving on, TSC is moving on. TSC Farm Home Auto is the name that's moving on.
You know, neighbor, TSC Farm Home and Auto stores have the replacement parts that help keep your tractor the workhorse that it is. Like disc blades, sweeps, shares, rock guards, and rake teeth. And TSC helps keep your tractor looking good and running smooth. Tractor enamel, your tune-up needs, generators and starters, even internal engine parts. There are umbrellas to keep you cool, cab heaters to keep you warm, and AM/FM radios to keep you company. The farmer who takes pride in his tractor shops TSC, where he knows he never pays too much.
Moving on, moving on. TSC is moving on.
TSC 8032-036-81. The folks at TSC have spent over $2 million so you won't have to wait on internal engine parts when you're ready to overhaul your tractor. They've got what you need, including repair manuals, to do the job right on over 100 of the most popular models of Ford, John Deere, Case, Massey Ferguson, and International Harvester. TSC has sleeve sets, gasket sets, main bearing sets, rod bearings, the parts you need in stock. And they're all special sale price right now at TSC. Yes, sir, this year more than ever, TSC is your most dependable farm supplier.
TSC Farm Home Auto is the name that's moving on.